Hi, welcome to my channel. In this video, I'll begin creating a social media application using Android Studio. In this video course, since this is the first video, we'll be trying to cover all the basics of creating such applications, especially using Android Studio. I'm a noob, and since I haven't prepared any Scratch projects to copy and paste from, I'll be learning with you guys and also sharing everything I know. So let's begin. Well, creating a new project, you'll notice a bunch of templates. I'm going to be as quick as it is possible, but since nothing is prepared and I'm building it basically from the scratch, so this is going to take a long time. So first of all, we have these templates, and I wouldn't choose no activity because there are a bunch of options already given, officially provided by Android Studio that you can use. So I'm going to use the navigation drawer activity just to save some time by not writing a bunch of code. The reason I'm choosing navigation drawer activity because it has some navigation which is required for the social media applications. So you specify all the details here for the project, give it any name that you would like to give it. Um, Maybe pick me. I don't know why, whatever, just give it any name that you'd like to give it. I, me, whatever. Okay. Maybe, okay, let's say just social YouTube. Everything is left by default. Here you can choose the location by just clicking to the browse button. The language is going to be Java. To be honest, I'm not familiar with Kotlin just now. I know that it's based on Java, but I haven't gone into that. So I'm going to use Java. So API 21 by default. I'm going to press finish. It's going to take a couple of minutes just to synchronize the project, to prepare it. In this video, we will customize the template just to satisfy your wants in order to start adding features on the next videos. Depending on your PC, it should take some time. So now it is finished, and as you can notice on the left side, we have a navigation window, as I call it. You have all the packages, folders, and files of your project, even the build files. On the right side, if you go to any layout file, you will notice that you have a preview, which is pretty good. You can write anything in the middle, and the change will pop up on the preview. If you want this preview to be gone, you can basically click and choose the option show only the code or only the preview, or just split it. I'm going to use both. So now let's begin customizing it. Um, the first file we have is activity main, and this layout contains everything the user sees, basically. the front end, right? I'm going to delete the navigation view for now. I'm not going to use that. I'm going to use a different type of navigation, which is called a bottom navigation view. And by default, you have to specify layouts width and height. So I'm going to choose match parent for the layout to match the parent by its width and by the height to match the maximum height of the content. I'm going to type slash and it will automatically close the view. I'm going to give it an ID. The ID mostly is given in order to access it in other views or access it in Java files. Say navigation view. And as you can see, we have nothing. It because we didn't specify what this bottom navigation view should store. Since the bottom navigation view is being a navigation for the user, it should be written as menu, so we should specify the menu for it. And by default, the template provides us one. And I'm going to choose the first option, activity main drawer, which contains 3 fragments. Fragments are basically being activities, and activities are basically being pages, simply. So that's it, but as you can see, it is right on the top, but it should be on the bottom. To do that, I'm going to remove the drawer layout and create a constraint layout. Now we have an error. The first error is because we didn't close the constraint layout, and the second error is because we didn't specify the height coordinates, the vertical coordinates, since we've already provided the horizontal coordinates to match the constraint layout itself, which basically says that it should stretch as maximum as it can depending on the size of the screen. So in order to specify the vertical coordinates, we should write bottom and choose bottom to bottom of. This attribute sets our view, the bottom of our view, to the bottom of anything that we write in. In this case, it is going to be parent, which is our constraint layout. So the bottom of our view is attached to the bottom of our parent layout. Good. So the next thing is this weird green looking stuff. On the second bar main layout, we have it, which is a floating action button. It has no functionality at all, so we should remove it. We will not use it in this video. So the third content main contains an overall fragment. I'm going to leave it as it is. And now we are going to our pages. The template provides us with 3 fragments, 3 pages. I'm going to rename them. In order to do that, I'm going to press right click, use a refactor, and rename. The fragment gallery is going to rename to, let's say, friends. And the slideshow is going to be renamed as let's say profile. Good. Navigation header main, we should delete it. We don't have any headers in our bottom navigation. So, yep. I'm going to close this layout package just for now. I'm going to go to drawable package. The first thing that I'm going to do is to delete the last 4 files. I will not use them. The drawable package contains all the assets, all the vector icons, images that you are going to use to build the project. Logo types, animations, everything is contained inside our drawable package. I'm going to right click and go to new and vector asset in order to import some icon or create a new one. So by default, we have so many icons already given by Google. So I'm going to use these icons. So as you can see, there are a bunch of them. You can even search. So for example, to specify the icon for our friends page, I'm going to type group. We have a matching icon. The thing here is that it has sharp edges. So I want it to be rounded. And I can give it a name, icon friends, finish, and the same goes for the rest 2 pages. I'm going to do it quickly. Choose round, and I see home. New vector asset. And for the profile, I'm going to use a person icon. Give it a name, profile. And now we have 3 icons. You can even customize it, customize the fill color, the tint color, whatever, the size of it. And just closing it now. The next package I'd like to cover is menu package. The first thing I want to do is to delete this main file because it contains one item which gives us, which opens up the menu when you press this button with settings. I'm not going to use that just for now, and I'm going to delete it. But in the future, we of course should specify all the settings, the dark theme or light themes, to change the password or nickname, whatever. So activity main drawer contains the specifications, I would say, for our pages, for three of them. We have 3 items in one group. The Android checkable behavior specifies whether you click any of these items, you should be clicking only one. So the Android icon attribute, it sets the icon. So go to drawable package. We see the names. We'll say IC home for our home item. I'm going to change the variable name. For example, navigation gallery to, we said navigation friends, and the slideshow is being profile. The same goes for icons and for profiles. Now you can see that the icons are set, but the names are different because the names are given in string. First, I'm going to specify the string, and we have an error because we have two errors because menu friends and menu profile strings, they do not exist yet. I'm going to go to values package because it is exactly where the strings file is stored. Strings file, it contains, let's say, all the text. If a drawable package contains all the icons that you are using in the project, strings file goes for the text. It is easier to use strings file because you can create the second string file, for example, if you're using two languages inside your application. For example, the first file is going to be in English, and the second file is going to be, for example, in Russian. So I'm going to say menu friends, menu profile. These are the names of the string to use them as reference in the layout, in the view, or in Java classes. And inside we have just the text. You can type whatever you want, letters, numbers, symbols. You can even customize them. For example, as you do it in HTML, for example, u/u, which gives a tint to the text and other attributes. So I'm going to just type friends and profile. Everything related to navigation header and settings, I remove them. And the drawer also should be removed. Now I have three strings that we'll be using. Go back to activity main drawer. As we can see, the errors are gone. And we have exactly 3 pages. If we go back to the main layout, activity main, now you can see that the icons and all the names are changed. But we're not done yet. I'm closing, just for now, I'm closing the menu package and going to probably one of the most important files, and especially the package, which is navigation package. Inside you have a mobile navigation file. It stores, by the template, it stores 3 fragments, but you can add more if you want. But since the first video is about preparing the project in order to add something in the future so that it would be easier for us to add something, we are not going to add anything in this video. We will just change the names. So string menu friends, menu profile, and I'm going to quickly change the variable names also. And just for now, we're done. I'm going to go to Java folder now. Inside, we have UI package. And inside of UI package, we have 3 more packages, each package containing 2 Java files. The first one is literally related to the page itself. The second one is taking a view model and representing a view model of it. But the template already provides some MVVM stuff, which is model view, view model type, but I'm not going to cover it, so I'm going to delete it. But if you guys want, you can write a comment down below to use that, and I'm going to use them, but not in this tutorial, but probably in the next tutorials. So let me quickly also rename the package names and the Java class names also. I'm going to use refactor, rename the galleries being friends, slideshow is being profile, and the same goes for Java classes. Friends fragments. The slideshow is profile fragments. Oh no, profile fragments. If you go to each of these files, you'll see a bunch of errors. It's because since we used refactor to rename all the files related to gallery and some other things. So we do not have this package. So I'm going to delete it. I'm going to remove the import. The import is basically some additional things that you use in the class, inside the class. So let me say that this is fragment friends painting. And I'm going to remove all the references for the view model. Here we have it also. Same goes for profile fragments, the view model references, and importantly, imports. Fragment profile binding. Okay. Okay. Don't forget to clean up the imports. It's not important, but for the self-satisfaction. You also have, I'm going to close this. You also have the main activity file, which already says by its name, the main activity, which is basically the main file. And now this main file is used to literally connect the navigation view elements. So what I did, I removed the FAB, the set on click listener, which gives us on click method. It is basically when you click the button, or in this case it is FAB, a floating action button. Since we removed it, as you remember, I'm not going to use that. The navigation view should be the bottom navigation view. In this case, why is it not seeing the toolbar, which is weird? Okay, whatever. Let me clear up this. The navigation gallery is being navigation friends, and the slideshow is being navigation profile. We don't have the drawer layout, so I'm going to close that. On create options menu is responsible for creating the menu itself. So it gives a Boolean value, which is true or false, anytime the menu is open. So I'm going to delete it. The toolbar, it doesn't kind of resolve it. I don't know why. It's a bugged thing probably. When we build it, it should be fine. So if you ask it, the toolbar is basically stored inside the upper main. So yeah. Okay. I forgot to talk about a couple of packages, which is MIPMap. The MIPMap is basically a drawable package, but it provides different resolutions for one single item. And we're not going to cover the XML package. We'll just leave it as it is. Inside the values, we also have colors file. It contains all the colors. For example, specified as purple 200, and the value is this. The dimensions are basically sizes that you specify. For example, if I want the text to be So I'm gonna say name is text default, blah, blah, blah. And the value is going to be, let's say the font size that I want it to be is 14. So for that, I'm going to say that it is equal to 14 SP. So anytime you specify the size of text, you will use SP. And for other stuff, you'll use DP. And I think there are more options. There are SP, DP, and etc. etc. So strings, we talked about it, and we have the themes package. Inside the themes package, we have two files. The first one is specifying the style of the application. For example, you name the color primary and you give the reference from the colors file. And you can use this style to specify, for example, to specify the style of the button in some layout or the text field or anything. The second file is similar, but it is for the night theme or the dark theme because it's trendy now to have both. I have no idea why, but it is what it is. So, and yeah, the toolbar is now specified. So, and now how to run this application. To do so, you have two options. You go to Tools, press Device Manager. You have two options. Either you use your physical device, your real one. You can connect it through the USB cable or Wi-Fi, or you can use the virtual one. The Android Studio already provides an emulator for that. So you press Create Device, and this menu pops up. Basically, inside you can choose whatever device you would choose. There are even some tablets, the TVs, phones, and even the foldable phones. So by default, some people choose Pixel 2, some people choose Pixel 5. So I chose Pixel 5 API. So you follow all the instructions and basically download it. It would take a really good amount of time to download and also to synchronize the API. So then I'm going to press this Run Application button. And this menu is used to choose your device. Anytime you connect your physical one, it pops up right here. So I'm going to run the application now. And should give an error. Yes, it is given an error because our project goes from SDK 33 because some of the libraries they do not support the older SDK. So that is why we should use the newer one. So the build is successful and we can run the project. So anytime when you run the project, you can go ahead and click run on the bottom left corner and you have your debug. So I would say not each, but almost all the processes are debugged right here. So everything, for example, in main activity, if you type system out print ln, this is test, blah, 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 it should pop up right in the run option. As you can see, it has debugged successfully. Okay, let me just remove it because I don't want it to be left there. Okay, Now the application is running successfully, and we can even switch from home page to friends page to profile page and backwards. So in this video summarizing it, we prepared the project for the next video to begin adding some features. And hopefully in the next video, I'm going to be building login and registration activities. We'll cover some backend features, uh, PHP, and we'll use some databases. I think we'll choose MySQL. So we'll be talking about MySQL in the next video and begin really building it. So thanks for watching. Leave a comment down below. Maybe I did something wrong. Leave any suggestions and have a good day.